Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling.
Hey, Daddy.
Every day I'm hustling.
Every
day I'm hustling.
No matter what nobody say, man. Spirit, can't nobody fuck with me, man. You know, I can't be fucked with, you know.
Beyonce Productions.
Whether you pay to see me win, or you pay to see me lose, you're gonna pay. Fuck it, your kids still gotta eat. I don't have to watch, you know, any footage of a fighter. I mean, because I'm Floyd Mayweather, everybody gotta watch me. I knew eventually I was gonna have to fight Oscar. I feel like he was straight up and down, no special effects.
BoxingVoice.com.
How can Canelo have the biggest deal? Your deal is for 300 million, and I made 350 million just in one fight. And you're fighting on the app.
BoxingVoice.com.
I'm a king, okay? I eat a feast. Every time I eat a feast. And when I get up from the table, I don't give a fuck who get the leftovers. At the end of the day, follow my green print.
Beyonce Productions.
BoxingVoice.com.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome back, Francis the Praying Mantis. It's going down. We got Moore's House with us. And we're back, man. We promised an update, and it's a week from the day of the big, Bill Haney and Samson Lewkowicz show. And listen, I mean, truth be told, I didn't even think we were going to do this show. It wasn't really on my mind. Samson is on my heels, and he's on Bill's heels. I'm giving Bill a head start. I've been texting Bill since yesterday, trying to let him know that Samson wants to come with a lot of fire and a lot of accusations. I'm hoping that Bill is available. He said he would be available. Because Samson is going to throw some accusations his way. I think Samson believes Bill doesn't want the fight. I think Samson believes that Bill is going to attempt to go down the Linares route, hence the title, because he is threatening to stop that fight. He feels that the petition he sent to Mauricio Suleiman will be heard, and Mauricio would make the right decision. Now, what's happening is Ryan is the mandatory, and Javier Fortuna is the second mandatory, and Linares is none of those. So, my understanding, according to Team Haney, is until the WBC order the fights, those fights aren't on the table until then. So I'm assuming, like I just said, I am assuming now that means they are free to do what they want with a voluntary.
With other fighters.
Yeah, with a voluntary. Now, it is my understanding, according to Team Haney, that Linares is who the network wants. Who do you guys prefer? Let's start there. Since we know the networks are leaning more Linares, allegedly, who do you prefer?
Yeah, but hold on real quick, Nash. You don't think that Ryan Garcia is going to try to snake Linares from this picture? Because he's a Golden Boy fighter too, right?
Very possible, and it's funny you say that. You think just like Samson said that he believes it would be Ryan and Linares for an interim.
Yeah, I can see it happening. I mean, Golden Boy keeping everything right in-house. I'm cool with watching either one of them fight, Fortuna or Linares. I think it's a good fight either way.
I'm gonna start off like this real quick, Ness, if you don't mind, please.
Next up, sports up, yeah, homie, now that's us. You ain't tuning in, then you're hustling backwards. We always keep it poppin', tell your partner to slide through. Every sporting event, hit us up and we got you, cause we what? Next up.
Now, the reason why I started like that, because Devin Haney was touted as being next up. Calling everybody, calling out Teofimo Lopez. You wanted him to get the fight to sort out the undisputed at, 135, being the WBC champion. You understand? So, for me, when Javier Fortuna is your mandatory and Ryan Garcia is your mandatory, Ryan Garcia is looking in other directions and how he can get away from this fight. You asked for Fortuna. Fortuna stepped up. Samson said, yes, we can make the fight happen. He went even as far as to make a $50,000 bet that Fortuna would win the fight. And there was so Mr. Haney.
Yo, he went to the bank, man. He went to the bank, man.
You gotta respond to that. Like, I want to hear what's his response to that. You know what I mean? And Mr. Samson, after giving him the time, going away, coming back, checking on him to see if he get the fight. I think the respect he has shown Mr. Haney, I think he's due an explanation, man.
Not only that, remember Samson said, "Yo, I haven't heard from Bill. The last time we was on the show, we spoke, and I was gonna go away for vacation, and then Bill was gonna call me. He didn't call." But then Bill was like, Bill kind of won that debate. You feel me? Samson had some, cause he had that letter like, yo, I sent this letter to Mauricio, which is really what he's banking on. That petition stops this possible Linares Haney matchup.
Why do we gotta wait on Mauricio Suleiman? Isn't it already like what's stated is already stated? You either fight Garcia or you either fight Fortuna. Like, why we gotta wait?
I don't know. According to Bill, he's like, it gotta be ordered.
Nah. I think if Haney fights either one, Ryan Garcia or Fortuna, that's gonna count as a mandatory. I don't see it any other way around it.
Well, they both got the link. Hopefully they'll be joining us here in a bit. Bill and Samson Lewkowicz, promoter of Javier Fortuna.
Well, who would you rather see, Ness? You didn't answer.
I think that Fortuna's more durable, man. I think that Linares, his record shows that he's been stopped 5 times. All 5 losses are by stoppage. So, I just don't know that he's as durable as a Javier Fortuna. Fortuna is rugged, durable, and awkward. I like the Fortuna fight, but, I'm like you. Linares is a good secondary option if the Fortuna fight can't happen.
And I also think that they'd be 2 different types of fights.
I think there's a lot of pressure in that fight, brother. I told Bill himself, I feel like, listen, you fight Linares, and if you don't stop him, it's a knock against you. Everyone that's beat him has stopped him. Even dudes that, like Sergio Thompson, he still hasn't become a world champion. He stopped him. Pablo Cesar Cano, he stopped. Like, you're putting yourself, it's almost a setup.
Yeah.
Damn.
Still
Mauricio Suleiman just landed in Miami. He's still on the plane. And he said, what time is your program? But we live right now, man. But I'm going to tell him we live, but we live.
Get that phone off airplane mode. Give us a call.
Airplane mode, man. Yo, while we waiting, man, go ahead and smash that thumbs up button. We trying to bring you fire today. We hustling,
man.
working, man.
Yo, if we could have got him, that is what is needed in this little.
Then there could be no. Well, we're waiting on Mauricio. Mauricio could settle it right here, right now.
I'm gonna just tell him we only need him
I think it's already settled either way.
For 1 minute. to explain Fortuna
Mr. Samson's on a flight.
petition. No.
Oh.
This is Mauricio Suleiman.
Oh yeah, very busy guy. Very busy guy.
He just landed over in Miami though, so hopefully we could. He didn't know we were live. I'm hitting them. I always do that. I gotta schedule them. You know what I'm saying? I don't be scheduled. I'm like, yo, you available? And then we go from there. I need to start scheduling, give them time. Like, yo, we're gonna be on Wednesday. Can you come on Wednesday? I don't really ever do that with Mauricio. And he did ask me to do that the last time.
At least give him that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. The last time when Samson was on, he was like, Nesta, at least tell me in advance. I would love to come on. But it's like, yo, these things happen organically. Like, again, I wasn't thinking about this show. Samson hit me up like, yo, what's up? Is Bill gonna show up? I bet you he don't show up. Yo, that's Samson's energy to me. Like, yo, I bet you he don't show up. I bet you he don't. What? You want to bet? I'm like, yo, he gonna show up. And then I text Bill, he ain't answer, so I left Bill a message like, yo, come on, dog. Like, yo, this dude's got his foot on my neck and he's trying to put it on yours. He's saying you ain't gonna show up, so, you know.
You gotta show up. Straight up, you gotta show up, man. You gotta show up. It's time to, you know what I'm saying, face the tough questions and the allegations and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Because they are a public knowledge, aren't they?
Super public. So I told him we need an explanation on the Fortuna petition because Haney seems to be leaning towards Linares, which has Samson furious. All right. But now, I mean, Bill has it. I don't know. No message from Bill. And nothing from Samson. Maybe they talking. Samson, he's definitely online, so maybe he's on a call. And he's also on the West Coast, and he did have a 2 o'clock. So hopefully he didn't mess up his schedule because he checked that a bunch of times. Let me double check here. On the West Coast right now is 1:16, so we need to hurry up because this 2 o'clock is coming up unless he had that wrong. Uh-oh. Is that somebody?
Hello.
Uh-oh, Samson. I was just wondering if you maybe double booked, but how are you? Glad to have you back.
Very good.
I just talked to Mauricio. Maybe you could send him a message. He just landed here in Florida. He's obviously still on the plane. But if once he gets those bags, we could get him on this show and settle this once and for all, because I asked him to give us the explanation on the petition for Fortuna. But now that we have you live, please tell us, what is the status of Javier Fortuna versus Devin Haney?
One second. Let me go to my office.
No problem. So we've just been joined live by Samson Lewkowicz, the promoter of Devin Haney. Once he turns, there he goes. He turned on the camera, and I will put him on. There we go. So, yeah, if you could just give us a status update. Where are we with Javier Fortuna versus Devin Haney?
Well, let me put it this way. Last week, we have a conversation with William Haney, which I put $50,000 on the line. And we make a bet who win between Fortuna and Fortuna versus Devin Haney. The same day, I proved to Mr. Haney Williams or Bill that I sent a message requesting the mandatory for Fortuna. He took the fight and he make a bet. Okay, I believe that it's not in this call, correct?
No, he's not. Mr. Haney, not at the moment.
Well, I applaud because he's not here, because I will let him know that I really find out that he have no right to talk on behalf of his son for any fights. So the situation is very simple. The day that we make the bet, the same day is I believe the request is being done by Eddie Hearn, but not to the WBC. The request is being done in public in his Instagram. So he never really requests officially. It was an Instagram because Eddie Hearn say, I don't want Fortuna, this is what I want, you know. And in this moment, I spoke today with Mauricio too, and he told me that this weekend he will talk to Eddie Hearn and he will come up with a decision. The decision is very simple. The first mandatory, it will be Ryan Garcia versus Haney. That is the mandatory. The second mandatory is Javier Fortuna. So if it doesn't happen, Garcia versus Haney, so the next one in line is Fortuna. You can run, but you cannot hide. So I'm sorry, Bill is not present, and I imagine that he loved to be in your show. He loved to talk a lot, but in the end of the day, it's all full of shit.
Have you tried to call Bill personally? Have you tried to call him direct?
I don't have his number, and I will not call because already I know it's a fact. You have no right to talk about the next fight of his son because he's not the promoter. It's only the manager, the father, and the trainer.
So when you say he's not, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. When you say he's not the promoter,
right?
Isn't Devin Haney in a co-promotion with DHP and Matchroom or no? I'm just asking so you can educate us.
I don't know, but if you have a promotion, it must be. I will say that it must be because half of the purse is going for the fighter and half of the purse is going to the promotion that he can spend the money of the promotion and it's all tax deduction. That's it. Eddie Hearn, the only one partner that he have is the zone. Doesn't need Haney to be a partner. Are you kidding me?
So when you say that Haney doesn't have the right to talk on behalf of Devin, what exactly do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean that he cannot talk about the next fight or any kind of negotiation for the next fight. He can talk to his promoter and his promoter will say, like this what happened, that he say, you're not fighting Fortuna, you're fighting Jorge Linares. And that's it. It's the end of the conversation.
So
all what happened last time, you people, it's very naive to listen to this guy that he have no right. And I fall naive like all of you, believing that the guy, he have some rights to talk and make a deal. Like he say, I make a deal, I will get you the money. He getting nothing. You understand? He can promise anything, but he doesn't get nothing. Because the only one that he would make the last call is Eddie Hearn and Matchroom, not him.
Now, did Eddie tell you that? Like, hey, if you want to fight Devin Haney, contact me, not Bill?
No, Eddie Hearn never called me. In the past, he called me when he needs something. Mm-hmm. Now he doesn't need anything from me. Because I strongly believe that it's a 50-50 fight. And if I need to give it an age, believe it or not, and I will put my money like I did, it's in Javier Fortuna. Because Devin Haney doesn't have the power, doesn't have, I don't believe he have any tools to beat Fortuna. And that is the reason.
Mr. Lewkowicz, I wanted to ask you, what information did you gather to end up at the destination you did to say that Mr. Haney has no right to negotiate or even promise or accept a fight?
Yeah.
Very simple. Nobody is supposed to tell you anything besides what the next day Eddie Hearn say, he will not fight Fortuna, he will fight Jorge Linares. That's all. Because if I have a conversation, if I'm a manager and my son is the fighter, I will not make a bet especially when he say $200,000 a bet. If I'm pretty sure that I can say to my promoter, hey, I just bet $50,000. I won that fight. And you know what the promoter need to say? He cannot obligate him to fight Jorge Linares. He will say, if you want the fight, let's do it. But I don't believe even ask him that he want to fight. The only thing is way to talk. He said, no, what I want is that you request the mandatory, that the WBC request the mandatory. We don't need to request. We need to make the fight. You follow me what I'm saying?
So I want to know
I'm following
when you spoke to Mr. Suleiman and he said he would talk to Eddie Hearn. What exactly is he talking to Eddie Hearn about? Who is next? Who he wants to fight next for Devin Haney? Or
well, no. The next day I spoke after of the last Tuesday, right?
Mm-hmm.
After that conversation, which I love it, and I went and I bought the $50,000 check on his name to be sure that they understand that I'm done talking bullshit. I'm ready for that fight. And he took he showed me the money, like Mayweather style. That that I dislike it, because it's not the right way to show on the internet, especially with the IRS and stuff. But regardless of that, I went and I told him, said, listen, I make a deal. He said, you make a deal? Yeah. I told him, if the manager and father say that he take I bet $50,000, I have nothing to worry about it. We have the deal made. And what he say, okay, so if this make the deal and I will approve it. So the next day, or the same day, no, it was the next day, which Wednesday, Eddie Hearn, he went to this Instagram that is millions of people watching,
right?
And he said that the next fight for Devin Haney is Jorge Linares.
Now, Samson, don't you think that could be just Eddie telling his listeners and audience what he wants for Devin because he hadn't communicated just yet with Bill, and Bill hadn't had the opportunity to tell him about the bet with you?
What do you think after you post the $50,000 bet? Do you think that Eddie Hearn didn't see that? He follow me. At least I most likely follow you, so automatic. So you come up, especially to say that fight doesn't happen.
Let me see.
So
I'm calling Bill here.
Because on Thursday, Mauricio Suleiman, which is a great president for the WBC, he sent a letter saying that please get together the three promoters and make the fight happen, one way or the other. How everybody to complement each other.
Which three promoters?
The three is Golden Boy that they have in Linares, and he have Garcia, Eddie Hearn, Matchroom, and myself.
So your plan is to stop the Linares fight if they try to move forward?
Definitely.
How does Samson Lewkowicz and Javier Fortuna stop that fight?
With a
what legal action can you take?
If I send, I'm waiting for this weekend, and after the weekend, I will send a letter. If we not come in arrangement to make the fight with Haney, I will send a letter why we deserve to fight Haney, because he never have a mandatory.
But you're going to send the letter again? I thought you sent the letter.
But I will send one strongly. I sent an easy one. This time it be strongly one.
He sent a nice little, hello, how are you? I'd like to, get a request.
Yeah, humbly I request, humble. You know what I mean? But I can tell you, if he doesn't take the fight, I will say public, not Devin. I will never say that Devin is afraid to fight Javier Fortuna, because I respect the boxer. But sometimes the father and the promoter try to save the fighter, because I believe that no boxer is afraid of anyone. Depending if he say, no, I don't fight this guy because the money is not enough, I agree with that. The father, the boxer, he would say that. But the boxer, he would never say he's afraid to anyone. I have the most respect for the boxers. So maybe the father, he tried to save his son, or the promoter, he tried to save the son. One of the two. There's no third party that you want to save to get knocked out. Devin Haney by Javier Fortuna. And I missed $50,000 that I will give to my grandchildren, the $25,000 indifferent, because $25,000 I promised to Javier Fortuna that he get extra bonus. And the 25, I will buy something for my grandchildren. Now, because I don't want that money. I want the satisfaction to knock and to make history for the Dominican Republic that he be 3-time champion. Nobody did that in three different division.
Samson,
so that is my goal. It's not the money. I'm not a needy person. I'm not a millionaire, but I'm okay.
How is this situation any different from when Javier chose not to fight Haney and go for the Linares fight?
No. That it was another misrepresentation of Mr. Haney, of Bill. We want to fight Haney, but it happened to be that Haney, he was injured. So he had finally the WBC said you have the full, you can fight this guy from England. What is his name? Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
So the Campbell between Fortuna, it was for the full title. And Haney, it will be the champion in recess. He requests that to be, he want to come back. In that time, we have the fight made, we have a signed contract, and it come the COVID-19. In that time, it was coronavirus. So he got everything, he got canceled. Then Campbell decided to fight because Dazn, he wanted to fight Garcia. So the president said, you know what, fight Jorge Linares for the diamond belt. And the winner, he must fight the winner of Garcia versus Haney. That it was. I will never say no to the fight. That is, look, Mr. Bill love to be a network like yours and talk and talk and talk and talk. And you people listen and listen and listen, but it's no fact. This is fantasy.
You're the first one to provide evidence and be willing to, go back and forth with him. Yeah. He must be very busy because he usually shows up, and he told me he would be here before we did this. So,
he didn't want to get embarrassed by me. That's all. He's smart. He's a smart man. He didn't want to get embarrassed. And I don't want nothing, it's nothing personal. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I need to defend my fighter. And I did everything possible to make this fight happen.
Do you think that maybe things got a little bit out of track once you said that if the offer wasn't right, Al would be willing to back you on the purse bid?
Oh, that's for sure. But the point is that already we have an agreement of the money in front of my fighter.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I say very simple, get me whatever you pay to Gamboa, and I will take it on the mandatory position. And he said, I will get you the money.
Let me ask you, do you think Linares is going to be able to get that same amount that you've asked for? Or you think Linares comes in cheaper?
I believe that I spoke with Eric Gomez, and when I mentioned a name of Eric Gomez, it means I will never lie or put a name like Eric Gomez, president of Golden Boy, that for me is like my son, because I love him. I worked with him for many, many years. Actually, I helped that time Richie Schaefer and advised him a lot how to do, because Richie Schaefer was not. It was not a guy,
yes,
a boxing guy.
Yes, I thought he was. Yo, Bill, why you got me sweating, Bill?
No,
why you got me sweating?
No.
I bet you $50,000 again.
Hey,
you go for 100.
Hey, listen.
You got me over here sweating, Bill.
You talked enough. You talked enough, Mr. Samson. You told a lot of lies today.
Oh, lies?
I'm here at
Tell
the
me
mosque.
which one.
Listen.
Tell me which one I lied, because I never called you a liar, and you called me a liar. So now tell me what I lied.
Listen, let me tell you. I did my best to make the fight happen with Javier Fortuna. I've reached out. I've listened. We petitioned to fight with the WBC. We petitioned when you guys came back and were fighting Luke Campbell. Your fight was canceled. The signed contract, no signed contract with Eddie Hearn. The fight was done once the coronavirus happened.
Excuse me.
Wait. You got to.
I will send you the contract now.
Listen,
that I have a signed contract.
Listen.
So don't tell me there's no contract.
But listen, the contract was over with because the coronavirus. The fight got canceled. Right?
It was over, not because Eddie Hearn, he made the decision to have Campbell versus Garcia. And
did we not petition the WBC to fight Jorge Linares?
You just made it by.
Did we not petition the WBC to fight Jorge Linares? Javier Fortuna.
Or Javier Fortuna? I don't know, because if you petition, show me the petition, and I go to the president and say, listen, this is the petition, and let's do the fight. You received the petition because you responded back and said it was okay. You responded back and said it was okay to fight someone else. At that time, when I don't know about the petition, but we have.
Well, no. Wait a minute. Did Devin Haney petition to fight Javier Fortuna or not? Let's clear that part up.
No, that I don't know.
Wait a minute. Okay,
I never saw a letter.
So wait a minute.
If you show me a letter,
listen. So no, I have your response to the petition. You responded back and said it's okay. To not fight Devin Haney. You guys were going to fight someone else, and Devin Haney fight, and you guys fight the winner. Devin Haney fight Gamboa or whoever Devin Haney chooses to fight.
Wait. In that time, what happened? Now I remember. You petitioned to have an interim fight.
Did we petition to fight Javier Fortuna?
No, but my understanding was that you have Gamboa.
Before Gamboa. Did we petition to fight? Did we petition to the WBC to fight Javier Fortuna?
Okay, when you say that, we have a signed contract to fight Linares for the diamond belt.
Listen. See, the truth ain't it. Did we petition to fight Javier Fortuna?
Okay, I tell you what. Let's stop this bullshit.
No.
Petition today.
Wait.
We get Mauricio Suleiman, and you tell him that you want the fight with Javier Fortuna.
Listen,
you don't want Jorge Linares. Don't give me that. Don't give me no. Listen. I cannot take it anymore. I'm an old man. I'm 7 years old. I don't need to listen to this bullshit.
There you go with the old man shit. Listen, I got time. I got on here.
No.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Let's go with the
tired. Listen.
You're tired.
I'm tired. You want the fight? Let's do the fight now. And if you want $100,000 now, I go and buy another $50,000.
Okay. Well, calm down.
So don't tell me no more.
Calm down. Listen, we're gonna get to it because we got time. We're on the boxing voice. Okay. Now, did Devin Haney petition the WBC to fight Javier Fortuna?
Look, And this, with all my honesty, I don't remember exactly. It would happen probably 6-7 months. I went through cancer. I went through many things. So I don't remember exactly. That,
So you have a bad.
Which
so
I remember.
Okay.
Listen, what I remember is that we say that we have a signed contract after maybe you pay as the petition, but forget about the past. Let's go to the present and future.
No. Listen.
Let's do
listen.
the fight.
I will get there. Okay.
Forget
But just give me a second.
Linares.
Give me.
And by the way, you know how much money?
Okay.
Because
give me a second. Give me a second.
Listen.
Give me a second because
you
what you did. Okay, give me a second because what you're doing is blasphemy, my brother. Listen, I have all the due respect for you, and I want to go with the chronological events. And I remember like an elephant, right? Before I got on here, you said something different. You said that we could not make it happen, that we did. When you got the petition was from Devin Haney Promotions on behalf of Devin Haney Promotions petitioning for the fight.
Well, this, I never saw that, or I don't recall that. But what I recall is the last conversation between you and me. Forget about the past. You want the fight? Say yes.
Okay.
And make
yes.
the fight
Yeah, listen to this.
So let's put it this way.
No, wait a minute.
You promoter and tell him we taking the fight.
Okay, well then shut the fuck up saying that I don't have control, that I can't tell nobody something, because before I came on here, listen.
Remember the movie, Show Me the Money, Show Me the
Guarantee.
fight.
Listen.
And I
publicly,
listen.
So, okay.
You show
So
me
now-
the
now-
fight,
okay,
and
now.
public in the press conference, I will
Okay.
apologize, and I will say you are the man.
No.
Show
So
me
let's go
the
with
money. Show me the fight.
Okay. So now getting back to where you say that Devin Haney Promotions and Devin Haney don't have the power to do anything. Do you take that back? Do you take that back?
I will take it back if the fight happened. I will take it back if the fight happened.
Okay, but you're telling
if you
me
go
to
to
do
Jorge
something.
Linares,
So
only thing I can say, if you take Jorge Linares, it's because you're afraid that your son will lose, or Matchroom and Eddie Hearn is afraid that Fortuna it will beat your son. That's all.
That's great. That's
because
great. No, that's great to feel. You can feel the way you feel.
Champion, and with son
great,
will never
great.
say no to any fight.
Yes. Okay,
I know
great,
it's a
great,
fact
great.
who is your son. So
Okay,
I
great.
respect your son, and I want to respect you if you tell me, show me the fight and show me the money.
Okay.
And then I apologize to you. I will only apologize. I will go to every network and I will apologize to you that you have power.
Have you asked Mauricio Suleiman? Has Mauricio Suleiman told you that Devin Haney does not want to fight you?
No.
Okay. So
what he say? He sent a letter. If you want, I can send it immediately now. The letter that he was sent by Mauricio saying, get together, the three promoters.
We've already sent. Listen. Go ahead.
The three promoters is Mushroom. Doesn't talk about Haney Promotion. He talk about Golden Boy and My Company. The three promoters get together and make the fight happen, or make an arrangement that you can do different kind of arrangement that it could be.
Okay, so
for the good of boxing.
So you do admit that Mauricio Suleiman has said for the best of boxing to get together and decide what should happen then, correct?
That's correct. The three promoters.
Okay, so what the fuck are you talking about?
He doesn't talk about Jorge Linares. He talk about Garcia.
Okay,
if Garcia doesn't want the fight, then, which is the first mandatory, the second mandatory is Javier Fortuna. Is not Jorge Linares, because Jorge Linares he didn't fought to get a mandatory, and it's behind Fortuna. So the only thing is, it's very simple, my friend. You talk to your promoter. If it's your partner, you demand the fight, and we had the fight. Come on, don't give me the first time last year.
So how do you? So how do you know that I haven't talked to my promoter to demand the fight?
You know how I find out? When he get together with Mauricio and he called me, you have the fight.
No, I said, how do you know? You said get with Eddie Hearn and say that we want to fight, right? How do you know I haven't talked to Eddie Hearn about Javier Fortuna?
Because your promoter, he went through through the internet to Instagram, and he said that the next fight for Devin Haney is Jorge Linares. He spoke with Eddie Gomez when you come over, that I didn't finish. He spoke with Eddie Gomez, your promoter, or your partner, and he offered him $375,000, and he said that it's not good enough. So I gave you the right number. First it was 300, and then 375.
Wait a minute. Okay, so
and he will not take it for that price. He will take it for the same price that you offer Jorge Linares. He will take it for the same offer that you offer me, that you get me the money. Then I need to start to write a letter, strong one, not easy one, saying why your son, he didn't fought any mandatories since he come to be a champion, a great champion.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't show a mandatory.
Every letter that I wrote.
What's the reason? The reason is very simple. The reason that Javier Fortuna is more danger than Jorge Linares. That's all. Doesn't matter who win or lose.
Every letter that I've written has been strong and has been firm. That Devin is the WBC
Can you send me one of those? Send me one of those?
Absolutely.
I will give you my email.
Absolutely. Every letter that I write is strong, and Devin is the WBC world champion, and he will defend against anybody in the world.
So let's do it, Javier Fortuna. Forget about Jorge Linares.
I understand what you're saying. What you're saying. Forget about Jorge Linares and fight Javier Fortuna. I have no problem. I have no problem with that.
Okay, so let's.
Let me jump in, Samson. Bill, what's going on though? Y'all had a bet though.
Let me finish cooking with him. Okay, listen. I have no problem with that. What I have a problem with you saying is that we don't have a voice in the matter. We are doing our best.
Show me that I'm wrong, and I apologize to you. It's not the problem anymore. I apologize to you if you show me the fight.
Listen. What I'm telling you. Listen. Show you the fight. We've been trying to fight you, Samson. You have even said on this show that we've been trying to fight you. What are you talking about?
Okay, so let's do it.
Okay,
but let's do it.
So I've talked to Mauricio Suleiman. And you can ask Mauricio Suleiman, have I talked to him?
He's coming on.
Have I told him that?
He's coming on.
And have I told him? Have I told him Javier Fortuna? Have I told him Jorge Linares? Have I told him Teofimo Lopez? Have I told him Lomachenko? We don't rule out anyone, right?
Okay.
I understand. Listen. I understand. You want the money. I understand. Right? Your position that you're in, which you were a mandatory position. Why is Ryan Garcia ahead of you? That's because you chose not to exercise.
Because I'm an honored person that I honor the contract. I have a contract to fight Jorge Linares. That was the reason when I got the offer. That's all.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay. Now this is where
if you give me look, let me put it this way. If it come now, Lopez, or he come up,
okay, let's talk about that, though.
And he tell me, I'll give you $1 million. I would say, I don't want it because I have an agreement with you.
You honored you said you had an honored contract between Luke Campbell that fell out. In
yes,
the meantime,
I can send it to you. I can send both contracts.
Okay. In the time between where your contract wasn't with Luke Campbell, where that fell out, Devin did not have opponent with Gamboa. We did not sign with Gamboa. We were talking about.
In that moment, I have the contract with. I can show you the both contract.
But why are we talking about old contracts though? Why are we not talking about April 17th though? And the 50,000, he went and got the money. Like I thought y'all wanted that.
And I just told you. And I just told you.
All right, Mauricio gave me the thumbs up. He just got to get past immigration, and we gonna settle this shit once and for all. We can't.
Hey, listen. Absolutely. What I'm not able to do, just like this dude on here is lying, I am not able to go past and do a deal with him as the second mandatory before Ryan Garcia. We're not able to do that. Period.
Ryan Garcia, he will not fight you because he's a smart man. Okay. And he have a smart lawyer. He will not fight you because it's not enough money for him.
But you guys are negotiating with Linares, though.
Now listen.
By the way, let me give you a news that you don't know. Ryan Garcia lawyer, Lupe, Venezuela. Venezuela, no? He sent a petition to have an interim fight, and he put it in writing that he would not fight your son. So now, who is next? Jorge Linares or Javier Fortuna?
I like either one of them. But
Linares is not a man. How is Linares in the equation?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you. What do you mean don't give you that? You act what is okay, let me ask you. Let me ask you. Now you ask the fans, do we get more respect fighting Javier Fortuna or do we get more respect fighting Jorge Linares?
You do it and you find out that everybody forgot about the old man of Jorge Linares. You find out who is Javier Fortuna. Your people can do that, and you will see that he will beat Linares by 70-30. That the people will say Javier Fortuna and not Linares. Linares, he got knocked out every time in the first round and every fight that he lost.
Bill.
So don't give me that.
Bill.
Hey, listen.
Bill, let me ask you a question. I need to ask you this question. Let me ask you this question because you said you're not allowed to give Fortuna the fight until you find out from Ryan that he don't want the fight. So how are y'all negotiating with Linares? How is Linares in the equation?
Because it was to my understanding. It was to my understanding what they said was that Javier Fortuna would fight would fight Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia would fight Javier Fortuna. That's what I heard.
He didn't took the fight. He wanted to choose. He won two things. He won Manny Pacquiao to make a few millions, or he won Gervonta Davis. He will not get either one. Because number one, Gervonta Davis PBC, as well as Fortuna, but he have a much better name and he have much more follows. So that doesn't happen. But Fortuna, it will happen if you say yes. And Mauricio, you tell him to Mauricio what you want.
Wait. Just a second ago, you said Just a second ago, you said it makes no difference if I say yes or if I say no. It's not up to me, right?
No, but now you will tell him to Mauricio. Mauricio will tell him to your partner or promoter.
Okay,
he will tell him, listen, the manager, the father and trainer of your champion said he want to fight this guy. That's all.
We're the size spots for kids. Okay. Listen. Okay, so when Mauricio comes on here, you'll see what I done said to Mauricio.
Okay. I wish this happen as soon as possible because if you would make my day.
Well, you also got a 5 o'clock, Samson. I mean, a 2 o'clock for your time, 5 o'clock mine. So I don't know if we're going to make the Mauricio cut because he's still in immigration.
And by the way, I have an interview with Pepe Suleiman.
Okay.
This is what I have. Let me check the time.
Yeah, you're almost. It's almost time. So, faltan 9 minutos.
Let me check he sent me a message.
Okay.
1 second.
So Bill, man, talk to us, man. So what's it gonna be? It's gonna be. It looks like Linares. Then is the network saying Linares? Is Eddie saying Linares?
Listen, the thing about it is that we say, me and Devin, we say any of them. We say any of them. We don't turn down a fade in the lightweight division with anyone.
So what about
that dude
bet,
right
though?
there? That dude right there. That guy right there. He's lying. I mean, I can see him championing for the fight. He just said that Eddie was negotiating. He knows that Eddie was negotiating with Jorge Linares for the fight. I never negotiated with Jorge Linares, right? I never did.
Right? I told you that. I put in a speakerphone Eddie Gomez, and he will tell you. You want that?
Listen,
I told you, Eddie Gomez, and he will tell you that.
Listen, what I'm saying is.
By the way,
what I'm saying is, listen, hold on. Go ahead.
No, I make a mistake. Pepe Suleiman, it was 5 o'clock, but our time. I thought that it's in the East Coast, but it's in the West Coast. I have 3 hours to be with you now.
Yeah.
Without lunch.
That's that's the thing that the thing that I came on to clear up with you is I did my part in agreeing to fight Javier Fortuna. I've talked to Mauricio Suleiman about Javier Fortuna, right? We are waiting to hear back from Mauricio Suleiman as far as the fight. You said that we need to negotiate the fight. And I said, so if me and you negotiate and you say that I don't have any power or any kind of control is what I didn't like, what I came on to talk about, right? I'm doing my part in picking Javier Fortuna. I did my part in picking Lomachenko, Teofimo, whoever it is, right? But one thing that I don't want the people to say is that we're picking Javier Fortuna because he's a softer touch than Linares, right? I don't want Devin Haney to do that. Well, listen, I don't want to pick. Wait a minute. I don't want to pick. Well, listen, give me a second. I don't want to pick Linares to say that he's a softer touch than Javier Fortuna, right? We are here to fight and represent and defend the WBC world title.
Okay, so defend it with the mandatory, not with the other guy. With Jorge Linares, it's not the mandatory.
Let me ask you this though: you
complying with your mandatory.
Listen. You've been in the business forever. If you've petitioned, then shouldn't the fight happen? Shouldn't that be the fight to happen next?
You know, when I petitioned already, and I proved because I sent the petition to you, and it was in Spanish, but I can do it in English too. But the point is like that. What Mauricio Suleiman, that is a great president, say that make a deal between the three promoters. And we need to make the deal between three promoters. And this weekend, he be involved in that fight with Canelo, that definitely he can talk to Eddie Hearn. But again, I say before you come over, I say that the boxer, the fighter, he would never deny the chance to anyone, and he's not afraid of anyone. The only one afraid, it can be the manager, the father, or the promoter. But your son, he will fight Javier Fortuna in a heartbeat because he's a great champion.
Hey, Bill, you got that music coming over.
What'd you say?
The music coming through.
Okay, I got to get these tennis shoes. I got to get some tennis shoes for my son for tennis practice. That's the only reason why.
It's more important than tennis shoes. It's a world champion fight.
Yes,
don't give me that. Mauricio is on the line?
Not yet. Let me try him one more time, man.
Okay.
Samson, you full of shit. You full of shit. I'm getting these size 5. See, I'm getting these size 5 tennis shoes, and I'm walking out of here, bro.
Okay.
I'm walking out of here. I'm just getting these size 5 tennis shoes for my son and going to practice. Champ.
Man.
I'm on the phone waiting for Mauricio. I mean, shit. What else do you want me to do?
Okay, let's wait.
You said I didn't have no power. You said I didn't have nothing. I showed up and I told you I'm here.
Let me put it this way. I repeat myself. I will apologize and I will buy a New York Times an apology too if you build that fight. And because I will pay that with your $50,000.
Listen. Just like you said. You are in the corner. You're in the corner. I'm sure that your fighter wants you to make the fight. I'm sure that you guys want the payday. You want to get paid, right?
No. We want to win the fight. We want to win the fight plus 50,000.
Mm-hmm. I'm here, champ.
I still have the check. Look at
I'm here.
Over here, this is the check. An envelope with your name. In my office.
Bill, you still making that bet?
Absolutely.
Definitely. Absolutely.
Are these a size 5? And boys,
and you know what? I can go to the bank. And say to the bank, the deal you go through, put back my $50,000 in my account. And I didn't do that. You know why? Because I believe that this fight, it will happen. This is what I believe. Strongly believe that it will happen. So the $50,000 stay in the drawer on my office till the day of the fight.
So
that I
so
will take it
so
with me.
so then that's
And by the
another
way,
lie. So
bring-
that's
bring
another
the
lie that you
50G.
said. So that's another
Bring-
lie that you said, that when you said that we don't want the fight and the fight isn't going to happen then.
No.
So if the fight has to
I
happen, we
say,
have to already agree
let me
to
tell
it.
you. Let me tell you. I know that you know that you say something like you call me already 3 or 4 times lie that I'm a liar, and I never call you a liar.
Because
That
you
is the
are
difference
lying. You
between
are
me
lying.
and you.
I
No,
did everything.
What I say, and I will repeat, you're full of shit because you're supposed to say that let's go and fight, and then I apologize. I never lie. I'm telling you, nobody can say that Samson Lewkowicz from Samson Boxing lie, and I don't need to lie for you.
Making a bet with you was already saying that. Mauricio heard about the bet, right? Us saying that we want to fight you already. Listen, you have a great relationship with Mauricio Suleiman.
Mauricio, I love Mauricio, but Mauricio will not do me no favors. He will do right. That's all.
Let me ask you this. Would Mauricio tell you if we didn't want to make the fight happen?
It looked like your promoter or your partner. You see, I respect you, promoter or partner.
Damn, man.
He said Jorge
listen,
Linares. He never mentioned. And say, okay, let's do the mandatory, or let's do
what's all the blasphemy against me then, my man?
Because the same day, the next day, already it was in Instagram saying that he will fight Jorge Linares.
No. Wait a minute. See, there's another lie.
If he's your partner, hey, why you not call him up and tell him, hey, I want Javier Fortuna. I don't want Jorge Linares.
I'm gonna let you talk because you're digging.
Okay.
Now, listen. When you came on,
Bill, he's asking you a question. Bill, he asking you a question.
Listen, when he came on the show, right? Jorge Linares was already being negotiated, right? That's why you came on the show. You already knew. You're telling me now that you already knew money had been offered to Jorge Linares, right? So he was already doing it. So he was already doing it. So listen.
I find today when I spoke with Eddie Gomez that he having a surgery in his nose and he couldn't talk for the whole weekend. He called me today. He told me they have an offer for $375.
Right. So when I came on, listen, when I came on and I'm talking to you, the co-promoter and Eddie, the relationship with Dazn, they're already negotiating the fight. I came on and told you that we're not scared of fucking Javier Fortuna. It can be Javier Fortuna. I told the WBC.
So let's do Javier Fortuna if you're not afraid. Let's do Javier Fortuna, the mandatory, comply with the mandatory.
But listen, I don't know where or what part of town you grew up on. You keep saying that I'm not calling you a lie, but you're disrespecting me by saying that I'm doing anything but trying to make this shit happen, my man.
Okay.
Bill, let me try to explain. Hold on, Sam. Let me try to explain. So he's saying you and him made a bet on the show, and the next day he hears Eddie Hearn on an Instagram live say that Javier is not getting the Devin Haney fight, and that instead it's Linares. So that's why he's saying, hold on. So that's why he's saying Bill Haney doesn't have control because his partner.
He said Bill Haney's full of shit, Ness. He said Bill Haney's full of shit. Now,
the only way
let me tell you why. So you're gonna tell me that I'm full of shit, and I'm saying that you lying, my man, because Eddie was already negotiating for the fight. He was already negotiating for Javier Fortuna. For Linares before we got on there. And when we agreed to the fight, right, I called back to the WBC. I called back to Eddie Hearn, and I told Ness that the network and Eddie Hearn likes Jorge Linares, my man.
Okay.
Right, now listen, let me tell you the one thing about the difference between you're talking about control, right? You are a promoter, but if Al Heyman says no to something, it's no. So stop sitting up here lying like you can do everything.
Excuse me.
Listen, because if Al doesn't put the money up, or the zone doesn't put the money up, right? What do we have? We have two guys talking about 50,000.
Excuse me. Let me put it this way. A good man and an honorable man that he say that anyone is full of shit and he proved that it's not, he apologized. And I will apologize to you several times. Okay? When you say liar, that is more strong than bullshit. Much stronger. Because nobody in this business, he called me a liar. You're the first one. And I'm over 3 decades in this business. I helped 36 world champions, and you have your first one. So that is totally, you have no respect for myself and my integrity in this business. So, but I have integrity, and if you deliver your son for this fight, I will apologize because I was wrong. You're not full of shit. But meanwhile, I need to keep myself to be sure that you deliver your son. And when you deliver your son, I will apologize.
I think he froze. Bill, you still there? BH. Well, Javier, I was gonna call you Javier since you're the promoter. It looks like we have lost him. And let me see what's up with Mauricio. I told him we desperately needed him on this show, man. If he could get away from immigration and get those bags.
Get through, man. Get through. Was waiting for it.
And Bill's still frozen there.
Yeah.
Ness, is Devin Haney allowed to have a voluntary right now, or
nah,
is it?
No.
Not now. I don't know. Yeah. Well, Samson, I don't know if Bill's gonna come back, and I don't want to keep you any longer, man. Mauricio has not.
Listen, if you got Mauricio, you can call me back.
I will.
And I have it. My next Zoom is 5:00 my time. I thought that it's 5:00 Eastern time, but it's West Coast time. So I have 3 hours.
All right. If he calls me, I will get you right back on, man.
Okay.
Appreciate your time as always, Samson. Thank you.
No problem.
Thank you.
All right.
You take care. Bye-bye.
Well, there you have it. At least we were able to deliver the both of them. We didn't really get too much settled. I'm going to be real. It's not what we wanted. I am a little confused that we went from,
current fight to a past fight.
Not only that we're like, I don't know. The fact that
I'm confused by the point that if Devin Haney's not allowed a voluntary, what is Eddie Hearn doing trying to negotiate a Linares fight? I don't get that.
I don't know, man. They're possibly trying to get it called as a mandatory, maybe.
Yep.
If you
That's
can
a
make the
good
deal
yep.
and then present it to the WBC, I don't know. He's not a mandatory. So listen, it only makes sense if what Bill said is right. Like, okay, we're going to fight him because Ryan is fighting Javier. So that's the two mandatories fighting each other. So Devin is free to do what he wants. So if that's the truth, then yeah, Devin and Bill have every right to do a voluntary.
And how do we get to the point where there's two mandatories? I thought it's only one mandatory, or is it one mandatory and you got to go in line?
Well, that was because he was placed as champion in recess and then came back out of champion in recess. So, he had that. But we're going to open up these phone lines. You guys know the number to call in. I don't know if there was much clarity there. But I mean, if you guys want to give us your take on what you heard, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to refresh here and check if there's any super chats that we need to get to. I know you had some for Bill, but you see how hard it was to get a word off. They definitely had some stuff to handle.
And listen real quick, man. Public service announcement, man. Public service announcement. While you're here right now and you're listening, we just brought you Bill Haney and Samson Lewkowicz. Yeah, I got it off. Yeah, we just got him on the show, and we're just talking, trying to figure out Fortuna, Linares, Devin Haney. We need you to smash the thumbs up button. Get it to a round number of 200. 200, let's go. Get them numbers up. Also, while you're at it, hit the subscribe button and the join button. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does help with the growth and the visibility of the show. You already know what it is. Border Wars 10 around the corner, March 13th, man. Shout out to BP Network, going to be in the building, filming, giving us all the good content. We appreciate you. Let's get out to the callers. Let us know what you think about this.
All right, we got Linares Robinson. Bill, Devin gets more credit and respect for Fortuna. We know Bill probably heard that. Jaime Nieto says, Samson is trying to move forward and Bill sounds like he is deflecting to me. He keeps talking about the past. They made a bet and had an agreement. That's what I said. But Bill came in hot because he called him a bullshitter because he felt, the thing is that Bill took it a little too personal. I feel like Samson is saying, oh, he's a bullshitter because he said we had a fight and now his promoter or his partner is talking about another fight completely different. The Incredible says, didn't Bill say they wanted Fortuna last week? Now he's saying something different? Why make a bet, then come back and say something different? Smells fishy to me. We got Brandon in Cincinnati. We're going to go out to the callers, but I forgot to do this. So before we get to Brandon, let's do this.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical, experts in electrical vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installations, visit us at elcaminoelectrical.com.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
Cincinnati, Ohio. What up?
Hey, whole nother time zone. Jumped up full back with our mind on. Can't play when you here, get your life stole. If you bring it here, then the price grow. Phones jabbing and punching the line long. I drop a pigeon, let 9 go. We slap with the fake glass and white though. This only happens in Ohio.
Yo, man, come back to me, man. It's too loud in here. Come back to me.
All right.
So you hating?
I'm that guy. What you want to bet on? Bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. You getting that money, right? Easy. Let's bet $1 million easy. And I for the bread. When I him, y'all gonna say he was too weak on my life.
Okay, bow down, bitches. I'm about to handle business. I'ma teach you all a lesson. This'll only take a minute. Got a part and all this passion in my blood. Niggas hating just because. Think about it. Everybody love Bud. J-Mac, where you at? Where you at? All these niggas hating on me. Shit is whack. Shit is whack. So official with it. Don't check stats. Hey, I'm out here trying to get it. Next, I only got a minute. Get ready for the back attack.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
I'm going off of what I got and a little information I'll privy to about both of them. It sounds like Samson's trying to push for the fight. It sounds like he got frustrated when he heard something that him and Bill Haney just talked about wasn't going through because Bill Haney is a manager. Bill Haney was on a show, got them two together. Both of them said some things. Both of them brought clarity to some things. And a bet was formed and made. And Bill might have put his foot in his mouth with that one. But I do remember when Bill came back and told you that they was focusing on the Linares fight for it's a promoter coming. He brought that to your attention. He came back on your show. I think you need to go back and find it. So what I got from it was Bill was more disrespected and felt disrespected about him being saying he was full of shit. I mean, he was bullshit because he can't speak on his son's behalf. Bill came on in defense to respond to that comment. Samson's wanted to push the no and say, let's talk about the fight. If somebody says something, hold on. If somebody says something about something or discrediting somebody and you're talking on a talking show, I will respond to what you said about me. You can't tell me, let's move on and make business happen before I leave it alone. If I'm not nowhere physically where I can touch you or have a face-to-face, we're going to try to hash out what you said discrediting me, and then you can't say something and not get it correct or bring clarity to what you said.
Cut it. I think this might be Suleiman, y'all. Damn. Jim gone. I'm about to miss the gym. Let me double check because this number ain't stored. Let me match it up with his other number, see if it's the same. But I think this is Suleiman, which means we're going to get everybody back up on this piece. Uh-oh.
Hello?
Yes. Oh, this Bill. This
my other phone.
Hey, Bill, why I thought you was Mauricio, because he's supposed to be hitting, he's supposed to be coming on.
Oh no, this is my other phone. This is my other phone because my phone went dead.
Okay. Yeah, I'm still working on getting Mauricio, man. I thought you was him. I gotta save this number.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Like I said, is you know, I don't want to call the guy a liar. You know what I'm saying? But the guy is saying that I'm bullshit, that I'm full of shit. When we did petition to fight him, he said he doesn't recollect that. He doesn't recall that. You know what I'm saying? Which is a lie. Because how could you remember everything else so clear, but you don't remember that, right? So, I mean, we've been in this position before with him.
So before you were gone, you had a few super chats, and you know, they were about the question you asked. You know, one guy said, "Tell Bill Devin gets more credit and respect for Fortuna." Another guy in Atlanta, intrigued. He says, "Didn't Bill say he wanted the Fortuna fight last week? Now he's saying something different. Why make a bet then come back?"
Let him understand this is that I bet him, right? And I came back and I told you, I went and talked to him. They were already negotiating for the Jorge Linares fight, right? You knew that and I knew that. They came on the panel and they were saying that, why is he fighting Jorge Linares? I said, well, that was something that Eddie was negotiating. That wasn't something that I was negotiating. You see what I'm saying? And I said, I don't have no problem fighting Javier Fortuna. We've been wanting to fight Javier Fortuna. And then we made a bet with the fight. Now, getting the fight to be made, right, and getting the network to pick it up and getting everybody else on board is what we're waiting on right now. That's what we're trying to do.
Also, the Fortuna fight could still be a possibility, or is it the Linares fight that you're waiting on the okay?
I like Jorge Linares. I like Javier Fortuna. I like Lomachenko, right? I do. I like all of them, right? We don't want it to be that, like he said today, oh, you picked Javier Fortuna last week. You don't want Jorge Linares. Or you picked Jorge Linares and you don't want Javier Fortuna.
Is Bob Arum in the media saying that if Haney beats a Linares, that's the type of fight that he needs to get known, kind of why you guys are leaning towards Linares so that you can land that Teofimo fight?
Well, everyone is saying, to my knowledge, everyone is saying Jorge Linares, including Bob Arum. Bob Arum, when mentioned Javier Fortuna, he didn't give the credit that we would have liked him to did publicly, because I feel like, you know what I mean, either way, Jorge Linares or Javier Fortuna, they're great fights for Devin. They're step-up fights in competition, right? They're fights that's going to bring out the best in Devin. So, you know, either one.
And I think I asked you about this, but yeah, I just want to, you know, get your thoughts on it regardless. The fact that everybody that's faced Linares and beat him have stopped him, that doesn't add pressure to have to get a stoppage?
I mean, you know, at this level of playing for Devin, you know what I mean, being the fighter that he is, it's always pressure in any fighter that I think that he's going to be in there with. You know, me and you talked about the Jorge Linares fight, you know, and you were okay with it. Everybody I talk with say that that's a great fight. So, you know, it's hard for me to then scream bloody murder when Eddie Hearn and the network was already negotiating a price for Jorge Linares. And then the guy comes on here and says that Bill Haney is full of shit. How is Bill Haney full of shit?
So, Bill, how is the network and Eddie going to pull it off? Like, how is Linares going to jump two mandatories?
Yep. Well, the thing about that is I think that what Mauricio Suleiman, I'm waiting to hear what Mauricio Suleiman has to say about it. He also, according to Samson, he said that the 3 promoters was supposed to be working it out, but then he comes back on here. He comes. Hello. Hey, man. I think it's over here on this court.
I was just checking out the car.
Okay. Okay, yeah, yep. Yep, I got him some shoes too. So I'll meet you over there. Okay. So, yeah, so he said that Mauricio told him that the 3 promoters need to work it out. Well, why you didn't tell Mauricio Suleiman there's nothing to work out? Dude be lying so much, man. You know what I mean? Dude be lying so much, dog. You know what I'm saying? So he's supposed to go work it out. Well, what happened when you went to go work it out? If he told you that the 3 promoters are supposed to be talking, and you don't believe I'm the man, but you're talking to me. You keep mentioning my name on here, right? So I pull up, and then you tell me to let's make it happen. I said, well, I did everything that I can. He says, no, if you say that what it is, but you just lied just a second ago and said, I don't have no pull. If I say something, it doesn't make a difference.
I definitely see your argument about him saying you ain't got no pull, but then telling you to demand the fight. But I think he's saying demand the fight from like a managerial fighter position. Like if you tell, Eddie, you want to fight your mandatory in Fortuna and not Linares, why would Eddie tell y'all, no, you gotta fight Linares? Like he's saying, that won't happen, that they won't make you fight Linares.
It's just like I said, there's so much inconsistencies in what the Fortuna team is actually saying and their willingness to fight, because he doesn't remember no opportunity that he's had to fight Devin. He doesn't remember us petitioning to fight him, right? He doesn't remember that. He doesn't remember the Luke Campbell and Javier Fortuna fight falling out and us not having the credible opponent. So why he didn't step up then, because we didn't have it, why not demand the fight? If you wanted to fight then, right, why you didn't demand and you let us fight Gamboa? Once the fight fell out between Luke Campbell and Ryan Garcia, was it Luke Campbell and him? Once that fight fell out, then why you didn't demand the fight then? Devin came on the internet and said, where is Javier Fortuna at then? So right now, when he hears, once again, Eddie Hearn talking to Jorge Linares, now he comes back on with the BS. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know, bro.
So do you not believe that he petitioned to the WBC?
Man, I don't want to say that he did not petition to them, but when you say that you didn't petition, you're going to petition seriously next. You petitioned a fake petition, right? Right? I'm saying this like you petitioned a fake petition. Now you're going to come back and petition. I told him, I said, every petition that we did was a serious petition to fight Lomachenko, a serious petition to fight Javier Fortuna. It's a serious petition. So I don't know. It's so many inconsistencies with the guy that it makes me like, are we doing this on the internet? Or are you really trying to do it? You know what I mean? Because if you're in that position, then who would you blame? Would you blame Haney? Would you blame Eddie Hearn? Or would you blame the WBC? You see what I'm saying? So, which he's saying is that he has a great relationship with the WBC, right? We don't say that we have a bad relationship with the WBC, right? So, what's the problem? It's not like that they've called us and told us a fight that we didn't want, right? They've not ordered a fight or that we didn't want to make happen.
So, but wait, he never answered the Linares question though.
Hold on, real quick.
He ain't answered the Linares though. Like how Linares gets over Ryan and Fortuna.
Because what Mauricio just said was, Mauricio said is, you guys talk and make the best fight for boxing. So to Eddie Hearn, right? Eddie Hearn is under the belief that Jorge Linares is a bigger and better fight for Devin Haney because he was already negotiating the fight, right? And when he was negotiating the fight, we didn't say no, because what do we say no to Jorge? If we say no to Jorge Linares, then how does that look? If we say no to Javier Fortuna, how does that look, right? The negotiation for the fight where Jorge Linares was going on before me and him got on there and made a bet.
Yeah, I understand that, but what I'm asking is, are you guys petitioning to have him be called as the mandatory?
Oh, listen, absolutely. There will not be a fight that's not considered as a mandatory that's ordered by the WBC next, because let me tell you, and that's what I'm saying is we're not picking. We didn't pick this guy, Linares. We didn't pick him, right? That's not who we picked. That's not DHP. That's not Devin Haney who picked that, right? In order for the fight to happen with Jorge Linares, they would have to negotiate the fight, then petition for Jorge Linares to be the mandatory for Devin. Be considered as a mandatory for Devin.
And you think that's possible?
Only reason I think that it's possible is because why did Mauricio Suleiman tell him to negotiate the best fight?
All right. Yeah, I mean,
it's tomatoes. We here for the smoke, bro. You see what I'm saying? So
and it doesn't extend you, right? Or does it extend? Because this is supposed to be your last fight.
Bro, we here for the smoke, bro. I'm here to answer. I'm here to answer the smoke. We here for that. You see what I'm saying? Right? So it's going to be half of the population that might say, oh, you want Javier Fortuna instead of Jorge Linares. When Jorge Linares beat Luke Campbell, Jorge Linares dropped Lomachenko, right? Then it'll be the other half that'll say Javier Fortuna is rugged, tough, and all that. Listen, we're in a position where either one of them, right? Either one of them.
Definitely. And when do you think you will know something definite on whether it's Linares or Fortuna?
We're in the gym every day. We're in the gym every day, Ness. You see what I'm saying? And what we wanted to be established is that in the WBC, Javier Fortuna, Samson cannot petition the guy that we want to fight, Teofimo Lopez, right? Linares cannot. Devin Haney cannot. We're here in the middle of the smoke. We're in here of where it's great fighters, good fighters, great fighters, want a piece of Devin Haney, want a piece of that world championship belt, right? And that's the message that I'm driving. That's what I'm talking about. So whoever we fight next, you guys need to call out Teofimo Lopez on his bullshit, right? You need to call out Ryan Garcia on his bullshit, right? Because that's what we're here for, to represent as a champion, right? To the best in the division, but to be not considered a world champion is bullshit, bro. Not just a world champion.
What's the working date for the Linares fight, Bill?
Huh?
What's the working date for the Linares fight?
We haven't got a date yet. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's in the end of April. We haven't got an official date, like the date, but we got a roundabout end of April, beginning of May.
And you never answered if that's gonna extend your contract.
I don't even want to talk the business. I want to talk fighting. I don't want to talk what that shit.
That's a yes, Bill. I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Listen, I mean, but of course it is. Of course it is, but that's not to do any bragging about the fucking business. Yeah, our business is tight, but the thing about it is fight, don't pick. Don't pick. Fight who the next that's available, the next opponent that's mandated by the WBC, right? Right? Prove that Devin is the world champion that's there for all the smoke, right? So we talking about all these guys, right? Give him the motherfucking credit, and we sitting and waiting to make it happen, right? That's the message that I want to drive.
Well, I'm pretty sure it hit home. Let me get to these callers though. Info Joe, California. What's up? Bill want all the smoke, he said.
Mr. Info Joe.
Tell them the truth, Joe.
portion of the show we call In the Know, presented by my brother.
Yo, hit them thumbs up. Nest pound for pound work today, my brother. What's up, Bill?
What's happening, King?
Hey, man, facts. This is my opinion, As a hardcore boxing fan, I like the Fortuna fight. I don't know if it makes sense better for you business-wise. For far as a hardcore fan, that's the better entertaining fight. Boxer versus brawler. Style matchup that's going to bring fireworks. You feel me?
Absolutely.
He is rugged.
He said
absolutely. Absolutely. No, absolutely.
Yeah. But the Linares fight is going to be a technical fight. It's going to have his spots of entertainment. This is in my mind. But I see your son countering Fortuna, and I see Fortuna dropping bombs. It's going to be an explosion, man. I'm telling you right now, I am picking your son. He got the skills to pay the bills. But for me, as a hardcore boxing fan, been watching boxing about 30 years. I'm about your age. That's the fight for me. But also, if y'all get Suleiman on there, ask him why, drill down on him since you here, Ness, and you got him on too, Bill. Drill down on him, ask him why he's causing all this confusion with this belt. I hear you on the TBV talking about you're the champ. Then I see Teofimo breaking out certificates talking about I'm the champ. It ain't neither one of y'all fault. So neither one of y'all should be getting mad at each other. Y'all didn't create that confusion. Ask Suleiman, why did he create that confusion for his feet?
Will do. We going out to Florida. Keem in Florida. What up?
Nothing in the sponge for Izzy. He ain't got nothing in there. Where the team at? Oh, he got J-Mac giving excellent instructions over there to Keem the Dream.
Keem, what up?
What up, y'all? What's going on? Yeah, man. Look, I jumped on a little late, but I jumped on and I got to hear Bill. Shout out to Bill, always making himself available. Always here to defend his business, his son, and his. I admire the fact he's always doing something with his other kids too. My man's a real father. He be on the phone buying shoes, negotiating deals, taking kids to practice. It's a beautiful thing, man. But yeah, that's really it, man. Shout out to you, Ness. You grinding. I love when you do stuff like this, when you get people on, that pertain to the specific topic and the subject at hand, so we can, hear from the horse's mouth, themselves instead of, just speculating, man. But yeah, that's all I got, man. Appreciate you, Ness. Shout out to Bill Haney, and shout out to the show, man.
All right, we going out to King Born, Brooklyn. Talk to me.
When you see old dirty bastards form a position like that, then you know that I'm getting ready to bust your.
Hey, yo, Nash, yo, we gonna get to it like this. Yo, Bill, what up? Listen, man, this what we doing here. This Fortuna fight is what it is, man. This what the fiends need. This what the boxing fiends need. We need that. You know what I mean? Because it's gonna be explosion. You know what I mean? And I want to say one thing about you, Bill. Yo, every time you come on here, you get him under pressure. You had that man under pressure. He talking about he had heart surgery, cancer. Come on, man. And then it just seemed like he was just jumping on your jock to get the fight. Know what I mean? He didn't even talk about all that. It's like it seemed like now that he got you here, yo, can I get the fight? Can I get the fight? Can I get the fight? That's what it seemed like. So it looked like it was some Jedi mind tricks, Nazi propaganda on his part. You know what I mean? But like I said, man, we all want the Fortuna fight, man. Linares is paper mache, man. Paper mache, man. He got knocked out by dudes who ain't even like top 30. Know what I mean? So give us the Fortuna fight, Bill. Get us that.
Cut it. We going out to Colorado. Brotherhood. Talk to me.
Colorado.
Yeah, what's going on?
What up? What up?
I'm reading this boxing scene article where Eddie Hearn says he says that if Ryan Garcia and Javier Fortuna are really supposed to fight each other, then his next option would be Jorge Linares. So obviously that's the thing that's getting in the way of the Fortuna versus Haney fight. His two mandatories trying to fight each other.
But the promoter of Fortuna just told you that Ryan turned down the Fortuna fight.
Yeah, so you would have to negotiate, try to negotiate with him for him to turn it down. So obviously his promoter is conceding that, you know, he was trying to get a Ryan Garcia fight. Let's be honest. That's the same damn thing. I feel like that's the fight he was looking for first. He obviously saying that Haney was the second option if Ryan Garcia just turned that fight down. So and y'all saying,
but what's wrong with that? If you the second
it's nothing
mandatory,
wrong. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
If
but
you the second,
y'all can't sit up here and turn around and say,
hold on. If you the second mandatory, right, and Ryan Garcia's team offers you a fight, are you not gonna entertain what they talking about?
Ness, what he's saying, Ness, is he was negotiating with Ryan Garcia, right? He's talking to and then Eddie was started negotiating with Jorge Linares, right? Because Ryan Garcia won't fight Devin, and he won't fight Javier Fortuna. Now, Javier Fortuna's guy comes back and says, "Okay, let's fight Devin Haney, or let's break up this negotiating that Linares and Devin Haney is doing."
But that's
on the behalf of
But that's not what he's saying, because he made it clear that they wasn't negotiating. He said Ryan won't take that fight. He said Ryan came out on social media and said he will only fight Pacquiao or Tank. He's using the media the same way he got upset at you because he seen Eddie on the Instagram. He's not waiting for like finalized things. He's going off headlines.
Well, only thing that I can say about that is that if you are that serious, why send over a bullshit petition if that's what it was? If you're really in that position, and if Devin had two mandatories, right?
Now again, Bill, hold on.
Give me a second. Ness. You keep stopping me though. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to be a guest on the show, brother. Right? Now listen. Well, if we have two mandatories, right? Then why aren't they ordered? Why aren't these fights that are ordered, right?
You there?
Yeah.
You saying you have two men? Why ain't they ordered yet?
Yeah. Because the only people that I hear saying that the guy that has two mandatory is Devin Haney. I don't hear that the WBC ordered the fight, because if that's the winner, soon as Ryan Garcia won, why wasn't the fight ordered then? And you know what I mean with Ryan Garcia? Why wouldn't everybody be talking about the Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney fight?
Suleiman ain't gonna put Ryan in that position, man. They ain't calling that fight. They gonna let him negotiate it. But that's also what we saying to you as fans. Like Terrence Crawford didn't wait for Cav Velasquez to get called. He negotiated and got that fight out the way. Caleb Plant didn't wait for Truax. He negotiated, got that fight out the way.
Did you where I sent over to you today, did Bob Arum say that Zaur Abdulaev would be the mandatory for Lomachenko?
Yeah.
Okay. Did we beat Zaur Abdulaev?
Yeah.
So did we get Lomachenko?
Nope.
So why is that then?
Because you ain't with Bob, and Bob did that purposely.
So you got to be with Bob to get the fight, right? But everybody else is not. Lomachenko is not ducking, right? Teofimo is not ducking, right? But we're not with Bob, so we're ducking by making the biggest fight happen that can be made. By me sitting back because Javier Fortuna, he didn't step up and scream bloody murder that about not fighting Devin. He tried to negotiate with Luke Campbell. Then he tried to negotiate with Jorge Linares. Then he tried to negotiate with Ryan Garcia, right? But the only motherfucker that comes on here is me, right? I come on here and answer the tough questions about the shit each and every time. Only to tell you that Devin is ready to fight anybody that's put in front of him, right? We know that it's a business. We try to do our best with the business, right? I don't want to say too much or go against, right? Go against the shit to make it worse than what it is, right? But us saying that we don't want to fight somebody, or Devin saying that he don't want to fight the person, is a lie. So when the guy came on and he gave credence to Devin in the fighter, but at the same time said me, right? I'm acting as on the behalf of Devin. Devin owns his company. So if he doesn't want me to talk and make him available, then he would have told me, right? So it's one and the same. If you have respect for Devin, then you got respect for DHP and what we're talking about. Because I'm not going against Devin. I'm speaking on the behalf of him and saying that he's available and ready to make the big fights. But when the big fights happen and you guys said it's business, right? It was okay. But then when I come back and I tell you, hey man, they got some business going on that don't have nothing to do with Devin because we're not picking them, then it's disrespect. Then it's, oh, come on, Bill. What the fuck, mess?
Bill, I have no clue what you're talking about because I was the one that went to Mexico and called them all on their bullshit.
You did.
All right,
you
so
did.
I don't know
That's
what you.
I'm
So
saying.
it wasn't. It wasn't cool with me back
right
then,
now.
though.
But
If it
you
wasn't,
also, Ness,
if
but
it
you
wasn't
also
cool
said,
with
when I
me
talk
when
to you-
Bob did it
when I
to
talk to you-
Devin, how
but
is
I
it gonna
also
be
talk to
cool
you-
now
but
when
Ness,
you doing it to
Ness,
Fortuna?
I also talked to you about Gamboa, which you said was okay. Off record. I also talked to you about Jorge Linares that you said was okay too, Ness. So
Bro,
I am with the people. I am listening to the people, bro.
But Bill, give the full, like I told you Gamboa's okay with guilty with an explanation. Like, yo, Gamboa's okay, but if
nobody else is available. Because nobody else was available, right?
But what I said is if Gamboa's okay, but if it's setting up Devin for failure because if you don't knock him out, people gonna talk. Same thing with Linares. If you blow Linares out, it's all good. But if you the first dude to beat him by the distance, somebody gonna be talking.
Okay, so we took the chance, and we took the chance, just like I said, and we took the chance with Jorge Linares. I talked to you off the record about the Jorge Linares fight, and you said Jorge Linares is good. Yeah, that's a good.
He's
win,
a good opponent.
Right?
He's a good opponent. Yeah.
You said that would be a good win. Bob Arum just went on Barbershop Conversations and said that's a good win. So as far as me okaying with Devin fighting Jorge Linares, I said yes, that's no problem, right? Because Javier Fortuna was nowhere around when everyone started, started picking up the fight that is going to be Jorge Linares. Then this guy came on, and he says. After that, right? He says, I just saw that they were talking about it, right? And I said, Javier, nigga, we've been looking for you, right? I then talked about it and I said, well, bet 50, bet 200, bet whatever, right? I go back to the WBC to talk about it and I go back to Eddie Hearn to talk about it. I told you then, I said, Eddie likes Jorge Linares, man. The networks and them like Jorge Linares and Devin, right? I said, that's what they like, right? And I came back and I told you that. That's it. That's the only thing I'm answering to. I never told you that we picked any one of those guys because we didn't want to catch the flack that we were cherry picking, right? That's what we did not want to do. What I told Eddie is we want the best and the biggest fights to happen. He believes that the Jorge Linares is a bigger and better fight. The network believes that it's a bigger and better fight, right? That's all that I said, bro.
Mr. Haney.
Yes, sir.
Do you think Eddie is going the Linares route because it's Golden Boy / Dazn, kind of the same family? And do you think he really can't make a fight with PBC?
No, that's not true because we just made a fight with Gamboa.
True. Yep. Well, I was just thinking that's probably why they're going the Linares route because it's in the Dazn family.
I don't know, bro. I don't know, but like I'm saying is the only thing that I feel crazy about the shit is because as a as a new company, right? With Devin, that the guy would come on here with so much bullshit when he's already been told to negotiate with the three, right? He said Mauricio told him to negotiate with the three. Then he comes back on here, says, I've just learned that Bill has no power. But then when I get on the phone, he tells me to negotiate it. Let's make the fight. So, I mean, you know, you got to just watch how you just got to watch what you say on this internet, man.
Yep, because it will come back to get you, man. It will come back to get you. Mr. Haney, I wanted to know, like, personally, like, was that the thing that rubbed you most the wrong way? The fact that he discredited your power with DHP and just your partner, which is Eddie Hearn and Matchroom Sports, along with Bob Arum when they did it as well? Does that still rub you the wrong way?
Absolutely. And the simple fact that now it's like Bob Arum said that Zaire Abdullah, and he just heard, he said that Zaire Abdullah was a mandatory. So we beat Zaire Abdullah, right? Now, the thing about it is why is the goalposts keep getting switched when the fight that we want and the fight that the people really want is not fucking Javier Fortuna and Devin, it's Teofimo and Devin. You see what I'm saying? So Teofimo and everybody else is doing a good job with diverting, right? That's not the fight that we want to fight that. And if Bob Arum is saying that Jorge Linares is a qualified opponent, and we got him saying that, but he says that Javier Fortuna is not, then what does that do?
Bill, let me ask you a question.
Did you hear Javier? Have you heard Bob
I heard
Arum
it. I heard everything
Javier Fortuna
you sent me.
No, let me go back. Ness. Have you heard Bob Arum say that Javier Fortuna doesn't mean nothing?
Nah, I haven't.
I'll show you where he says that. Have you heard where he says Javier Fortuna is not a credible opponent?
No, but I did hear this.
Well.
Let me tell you this. I did hear him say Abdulayev would have been the mandatory, and I heard him say that Loma would have fought him. That didn't happen. So why do you care what Bob is saying? Bob will tell you today Linares is credible, and once Devin beats him, say that he beat nobody. So I don't know.
Listen, this is why that I'm telling y'all the goalpost continues to get switched.
No, that's Bob Arum though, Bill. Okay, that's not the goalpost. Okay. That's Bob Arum. He can do that because he promotes Teofimo. So he's pushing the goalposts away from you. But that's not how it works. Like, he can do that. He doesn't have. He's another rival promoter. He don't got to make that fight. But the goalpost isn't getting pushed back on Devin. That is Bob Arum. And you're still following him by now believing him again.
Can you then? The only thing that we say is how hard it is to get here and how hard it is to stay here. That Bob Arum and Teofimo Lopez, in the sense of, are not undisputed. He is not undisputed, right? And what he's doing is not WBC business, right? He's not in the middle of the fire, right? He's in a protection. He's in a protection place, right? And that's it. You know, that's it.
All right, I got some other people here. You want some more callers, Bill?
Absolutely.
J-Mac, talk to me.
Yo, can you hear me?
I hear you.
I'm struggling why this is a back and forth. I didn't heard enough of everything that was just said to conclude what just happened. I think Ness is trying to tell you, Bill, right now that the fact that you are like going with Bob, knowing that Bob narrative will spin around if these guys are not. He's not going to put Devin in the light. My background loud, man.
That's Bill.
Oh.
Yeah. Unless that's Maurice.
Yo.
Hello. Let me see.
Yo.
Yeah, that's Bill.
No, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What I was just saying was, I believe Ness is telling Bill Haney right now that following behind the guidelines of what Bob said doesn't amount to anything, because he's going to always put Devin in a disposition against Teofimo to make him to make it sound like Teofimo is more superior and find ways to where Teofimo don't have to fight him whether they want to fight or not or discredit Devin Haney. So when he said, why are you following Bob? I totally agree with that because Bob is not going to say anything good against Devin unless he wants the fight to happen immediately.
Yeah.
My next thing is I'm listening to the back and forward. I heard Samson and I heard Bill come on. What I give Bill credit is Bill does come on here whether we disagree or we agree with what he's saying and challenge what's being said about him. My thing, and I unfortunately understood, he had a problem with a guy discrediting his name and said that he cannot speak on the behalf of his son. Samson said he was full of shit. He cannot speak on Devin Haney. Bill Haney hops on and tries to bring clarity to that one statement that he said. And Samson tries to jump the gun and say, let's make the fight happen. The dude from Colorado that called in Motherhood is his name, whatever that clown is. I don't agree with him. It's on site whenever I catch him. But I do know I agree with what he said today because he brought some light into it. So Samson gets to shop Fortuna around for the mandatory Ryan, and Ryan said no. I think Linares I heard, and he said no.
Yeah, but that's not true though. That's not true. And he just called me. That's who I was talking to, and I re-asked him that, like, yo, they saying that you was negotiating with Ryan. He never got no offer for Ryan. He said he heard, like everyone else, Ryan go to his social media and say, I'm not fighting nobody but Pacquiao and Tank, and that's what he's going off. The same way he never called Bill. He never called Eddie. He going off of Eddie on Instagram saying, Devin is fighting.
The thing that I say, Ness.
Linares.
The thing that I say, Ness, is that if you treat it as that it's business, right? You treat it as his business, and you say that the guy, if at best he tells you that he gave a soft petition, right? At best, he says, I gave a soft petition, right?
Yeah.
Because because it's business or whatever, right?
I'm glad you brought this up because I wanted to touch on that.
Listen, and this is a very serious thing that we're dealing with. So when we talk about, he's very aggressive with me. Very aggressive with me about the shit, right? Very aggressive on wanting to make it seem like that I'm full of shit. And okay, so the WBC, would he say about his dear friend Mauricio Suleiman being full of shit? Of course not. He won't say that. That's why I felt like that it's wrong. Will you say that Bob Arum is full of shit because he didn't give us Loma and he lies and say that Devin wouldn't be the mandatory? Okay, but it's okay when everyone else is saying it's business. Then when Bill says, okay, you know what? I'm not going to go against it's business. If it's Jorge Linares and he's just as qualified as an opponent as Javier Fortuna, when Javier Fortuna wasn't, he didn't complain about fighting Devin Haney. Where was all this aggression when we put the petition in, right? But he says, oh, I don't remember. You call me a lie about everything else. You say I'm full of shit. But when I tell you, I said, well, we put a petition in to fight you. I don't remember, right? So now, right after Eddie has started to negotiate Jorge Linares, he says that he talked to him and there was some money sent over. So they're negotiating. Now you come back and say something. Where were you at all the rest of the time? If you weren't negotiating, what were you doing for your fighter?
We got some more callers for you.
No. Let me finish this part. So if you weren't negotiating with them, what was you doing? And if you just sent the petition, a soft petition back the other day, then you mean to tell me this whole time you weren't doing shit?
So as far as that soft petition, I wanted to touch on that, right? So I think what he meant by that is like, because I've read it, and I sent you a copy. So I think what he meant by that is he showed Mauricio the reasons why in that email in a friendly manner, but he could also tell Mauricio the same reasons in a stern way as to say, like, you got us waiting, we being toyed with, it's different than reminding someone of Javier's accomplishments and why he deserves an opportunity and then, sending it
Okay.
in another
Why-
manner
okay.
where you're like,
Why-
yo,
why-
we
why
deserve
wasn't
to
that-
be in this
why did that-
position.
Okay, why didn't that happen before Gamboa or during the negotiations with Gamboa, right? Why when we were talking to Gary Russell at 126 pounds, why he didn't say, I'm going to step up and block that? Because let me explain something to you guys, and this is for all the listeners. He was in the mandatory position, and guess what happened? Because he didn't want to fight Devin Haney, he got dropped out of the mandatory position. He was already How do you go from the first mandatory to being in the second mandatory? Either it's bad management or you don't want to fight.
Well, he also had a contract for another fight that they felt was bigger. They were going with Campbell, right?
Yep.
Oh. Did you just say that they felt that it was bigger?
You heard him. He had a contract.
Okay,
Why else
wait a
would you not fight Devin Haney if you're going to fight Campbell? Why would you fight Campbell if you don't think he's bigger than Haney? The same way you not fighting Fortuna because you think Linares is bigger. You said that.
No. Devin Haney was the world champion then. So you don't, what he just said, that it's most important that he becomes a 3-time world champion for the Dominican Republic. So why do you go from being the mandatory and choosing to do something else, right? And lose your position?
That check, Bill. Whatever offer Eddie sent over to fight Campbell. Come on, man.
That's why, but see, that's why I tell you, is it makes no difference. Listen, and we're here for the smoke. I mean, I know you everybody else can do business, and they can do good business, and they can be about the check. Listen, I told you, Devin is here to fight the best available fighter, right? Period. Next caller. Give us a caller.
CYP.
Yo. Anytime CYP get on in this bill, it's going to be love because we both California, and I love what you do for your son as a father, as a promoter, period. You ain't going to never get CYP hating. I'm team Haney. Now, back to business. I find it funny that Linares is a bigger win, a bigger fight, and this is what Eddie Hearn, the promoter who puts up the money, sees. That those are the dudes who need to make the money. They don't care about us hardcore fans. Hey, fight! No, they don't care. Back up. They care about making the most money, and it's okay for everybody else to do it. But when it's you, it's a problem. But nobody had a problem when you got robbed from the Lomachenko fight and then you get to fight him. You always want to fight better people. Devin always talking about the big names. Everybody know he ain't afraid. So all of y'all that keep complaining, ask yourself, do y'all think Fortuna could beat Haney? Hell no. So relax, get back in line, wait your turn. Your ass whooping is coming, FedEx style. CYP out.
We got some super chats. Salute the boxing voice and Bill Haney. I'm sick.
Thank you to the king that just called, man. Thank you to the. I couldn't have said it no better.
Diego in the 619. This is Ali and Dago. He says, salute boxing voice and Bill Haney. I'm sick of the runaround. Can these fighters stop making excuses and man up and fight Devin? Jesus Christ. And then we have AZAP Sam, who says, I'm a Haney fan, but Bill sound like he capping. Bob not gonna give Haney the Lopez fight. Haney versus Fortuna is more competitive and more exciting.
Brian?
Pound for Pound channel says,
Ready for some ball
salute, 3 fist emojis. We got love 8 the hate. Or no, love 8 H8. I don't know. Love 8 H8. Dude sound like Bill Haney. That is Bill Haney. Oh, it is Bill Haney. Yes, that is. So 2 super chats saying that. All right, we got Stone Bone Boxing in Colorado.
What up?
What up?
Hi, Mr. Haney.
Yeah,
hey. What's up, Mr. Haney?
No, I know. Yeah,
He's someone just walked up on him.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, man. I kind of agree with Bill on this. When we looking at it, it's so you just said it, but it was okay for him to go after a non-title fight because it was a bigger fight. But now we saying, hey, Devin is the champion, so it's not as if he's going for a bigger fight that ain't the championship fight. He's the champion. Whatever fight he fight is going to be the title. And we all remember, listen, Mauricio has told us publicly that Fortuna walked away from that opportunity. We know that he like you said, he had a better, bigger money fight on the table. But as a man, when a dude sit here and tell you, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember us walking away from fighting you. And we all publicly know Mauricio told us he walked away, and you just said it. Oh, he had a bigger check on the table. But Samson gonna say, oh, I don't remember that. That shit, you can't. It's hard for me to trust anything he said after that.
But
so if you can't even admit, if you can't even admit, but listen, if you can't even admit that, yeah, we did walk away that time because we had the bigger check, he wouldn't admit it. He just said, I don't even know what you're talking about.
His position, the reason he didn't want to admit it the way that Bill wanted him to say it is because he kept Hit me out.
So he don't want to admit the truth. Just say it. I don't want to tell the truth.
No, you're not
because
listening.
It hurts me.
You're not
it hurts
listening.
me in this
you're
moment.
Not listening. You're not listening.
Okay, go ahead.
His
I'm
defense
listening.
was we already had a contract, right? And that's why he kept going into I'm going to honor the contract regardless if a bigger fight comes along. Just like if you give me the fight right now with Devin and then Ryan offers me the fight, I'll say no. Those were his words. Just press the playback.
But listen, I don't need to go off what he said today. I'm going off his actions, and also what he did say today is he don't remember that shit ever happening. He did say that. Yes. I don't remember us walking away. So how can I respect you? All right, you gonna slap me in my face and then say, yeah, that wasn't really a slap. I was just trying to touch you to let you know, to see how soft your face was.
You're confused.
That's what happened.
You're confusing the two. You got to press rewind. So listen, when he said, I don't remember that happening, is when Bill was asking him repeatedly, did we not petition to fight Javier Fortuna? And he kept saying, I don't remember. Did we not? That's what he kept saying.
Do you remember? Ness, do you remember that fight supposedly happened, but he had a bigger offer? Yes or no?
He had the Campbell fight.
Okay, thank you. Y'all have a blessed day, man.
All right. But that's the same thing Samson is saying. I had a contract. That's what he said. Until that gets contested, whether or not there was negotiations before, he had a contract. And his defense was, if Bill gives me a contract for Haney, and then Ryan offers me $1 million contract, I'll say no.
Right away.
Stainless. Talk to us.
The champ is here! The champ is here!
Red belt, black belt, W-O-N green. I'm king. Undisputed GOAT, TBE. And you can catch the news first on TBV. Voice of the people now let me speak. Scientists of the sweet, B-O-X-I-N-G.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah.
I got poor service. I'm driving right now. Man, I heard Bill Haney was on the show, and I just wanted to say shout out to the Haney camp, man. The Echo CYP, I like what y'all doing, man. It's for me being a black man myself with a black son. There's nothing I like seeing more than a strong black man standing behind his son and teaching him to be a strong black man too. I don't even care what the topic is. I just had to get that off my chest, man. It's always an honor to talk to him. I'm happy. He's always happy to come on the show. And y'all cats just keep doing what y'all doing, man. I love it, man. I love it. So I always say, please make sure you push that thumbs up. Share this in every episode of the Boxing Voice podcast. This TBV for life. And if you ain't on Patreon, it's because you're stupid. Shout out to El Camino. And I like Stone Bone arguments, so get him my boomerang. Peace.
Edwin Solano.
Edwin.
Edwin.
Step to the microphone.
Am I wrong about that? Oh, shit. Nah, Edwin LA. Going once, two times. We got a super chat from Jarrell who says Bill needs WBC to order because he has no power.
No power to make any moves. Who's next?
Nah, he's just, listen, this is a loophole. Why would he have them order when he could do a voluntary? I mean, I don't know. Actually, he said that they're going to try and get it as a mandatory. So I don't know. We're going to have to wait and see this one out. What up, Bill? Bill, jump back. Bill, what up? That's everybody, though, Bill. We up out of here. Oh, actually, Boomerang Stonebone.
Hello.
We hear you,
Yeah.
but Bill got a
Yeah.
little bit of background noise, but
Yeah. That's all I was saying, man. When I'm sitting here looking at it, it's like I need to forget history then watch what he said today. And what he said today was he was going real hard, and when Bill came on, it sounded more like he just want the fight. Like he was doing a lot of talking just to try to get the fight. So that's kind of what I took it like. But when you sit here and say he don't got no power to make a fight, but then he admit Mauricio said, "Hey, talk to Bill Haney and Matchroom, and y'all three work it out." Why would Mauricio tell him to talk to somebody with no power? Why is he wasting his time betting 50,000 with a guy with no power? It's just they minimize black men. Sometimes Bob did the same thing too. You dudes don't run no real companies. Y'all ain't making no shots. Call the white guy, get him to okay it, and then I'll talk to you. It just seems petty, and we see it on his face. But when the dude is in your face, he cowered down and started acting like a fan a little bit, and I ain't like that. So that's the only thing I want to say about it. He was lying, in my opinion. He didn't know what he was talking about. He knew exactly what Bill was talking about. It just didn't fit the narrative he wanted to argue today, and he acted very, very sublime and very ignorant to what was going on. So I'm glad Bill came, put him in his place. Bill keep putting all these dudes in their place, and they get the stuttering. So the same for the Gary Russells, the Samsons, all these dudes. When a strong man step up, these dudes get the stuttering, backpedaling. Hey, it is what it is, Ness. And you can take whoever side in that you want, but just the truth should be standing in front, and then you can give your opinion. I'm out.
yeah, I mean, we just disagree, man. We just disagree, you know. It's funny that y'all can't see Samson's side. He looking at it like, I got on a show with you.
I can't hear, man.
I got on a show with you. I made a $50,000 bet. I took time. I'm 70 years old. I take time out my day to go to the bank, get a certified bank check because you said you didn't want my money.
And Ness, hold on a
right?
second.
You said my check wasn't good. I couldn't write you a personal check, so I got you a bank check because you wanted cash, and I don't carry cash. This is all Samson, right? So then he produces the check, and the very next day he hears your partner say, "We not fighting Fortuna." So he's calling Bill a bullshitter based off that. That is the argument right there. Yes, sir.
Hey,
Bill.
Ness.
Yes, sir.
Listen, fuck his check. I told him we can do cash, and everybody laughed about, you know, y'all talking about you bring the money, cash the check, and you know, that check that, you know, you show anybody can go take out a cashier's check out their account, hold the check, and put the check back in. Fuck the check. You know what I'm saying? But listen to this, right? We're on this.
But he also just said he still got the check, Bill.
Okay, but listen, Ness, I just told you, I said, I'm going to get a size 5 tennis shoe, right? He says, "Oh, don't worry about your son." I said, "I'm getting a size 5 for my son for the tennis." He said, "This is bigger," right?
He did say
this
that.
Is bigger. He said, "This is bigger than negotiating. Is bigger than my son, right, playing tennis and me showing up for him with the tennis shoes," right? I just showed you guys. I showed him on the tennis court, right? Where I'm supposed to be supporting him. The guy just said that, so I'm on here talking to you guys. Where the fuck is he? So once again, he was allowed. Once again, he was allowed to go do whatever business he has.
Nah,
right?
he called back, Bill.
Listen, no.
He called back when you asked me that question, and I didn't want to put him on because it ain't going. We not going nowhere.
Okay,
but everybody seen he called back, and remember, I said he called back, and I said that he clarified the Ryan Garcia situation. He called back. He wanted to get back on, but we ain't. If Mauricio don't come on, I don't think we have clarity. And it's what I told Mauricio. Like, I need you to come on, but you know, because he holds the key to this situation. The 135 division in the WBC has been a fiasco since the franchise.
So now, nothing is happening, right? Nothing has happened. I came on, right? I did my best to talk, to get the tennis shoes, drive, make sure I got here, right? I'm not watching the tennis, even though I showed you guys. I said, listen, you see what I'm doing? And I'm still on here, right?
Yeah.
But we said, when you said to him, you says, Ness, you said you have a 5 o'clock appointment to do, right?
Yep.
right? You recognize this 5 o'clock appointment, right? But one thing that I told you is I also had tennis to go to, right? But once he said that this is more important, it's a world title, I said, man, look, I told my mom, I said, Mom, go ahead, and I'm just going to sit out here, and I'm going to take this phone call, right? I'm going to talk to the callers. I'm going to do everything that we're supposed to do because I think that's a fair representation of what Devin Haney is, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's a guy that worked his butt off, right? They took Luke Campbell was taken out his mouth, even though Zaire Abdulaev was supposed to have been for the mandatory to fight Luke Campbell. So Lomachenko then petitioned to fight Luke Campbell. So that was taken out of our mouth, right? Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you see Luke Campbell, who then fought, I guess, Ryan Garcia, right? So Luke Campbell is taken out once again, right? Teofimo Lopez, who was supposed to win and we were supposed to truly unify, that's taken out of his mouth, right? And we got all the understanding in the world about business, and that's all business is business is business. So when I tell you the truth, I say, hey, I said, I don't have anything to do. I said, they're negotiating Jorge Linares because everyone felt that Jorge Linares was the bigger fight. I came back to you and I talked to you. I said, bro, would Jorge Linares be enough? You said, yeah. So just like the caller said, bro, if you lost your position of being the first mandatory because you were choosing to handle business, you were choosing to get a check, then shut the fuck up, man, about somebody not wanting to fight you. Let the business be handled. If I had to kick back because you said that you wanted to, I didn't say because you wanted to handle business, right, as a veteran promoter. Now you come back and I tell you, I said, bro, they're handling the business. So talk about them then. Don't talk about me. Don't talk about Devin. So only thing that I came on is to say, bro, why are you doing that? Well, why don't you call Mauricio and see, did we say that we don't want to fight? Or did the dad say that he's cool with it? That's the only thing that I'm saying, Ness, about it. And then we can continue, everyone could continue on with their day.
Yeah, I mean, look, man, for me, you know how I feel. You know, we all know that Loma, like all the old stuff we know, we all know Loma avoided you guys, and it's been a difficult road, but also a good road. You've made that clear, and Haney says that himself. You know, you guys chose the route that you went, and it's worked out, but you know, it's bumpy along the way. Linares is still a good fight. We all know that.
Yep.
You know, it's just can you make it happen for the mandatory though? You know, you got two people out there. Hell, this is gonna be interesting to see Eddie pull this one off and you pull this off. You know, I mean,
counterpunch.
Sheesh. Yeah, brotherhood is back. Colorado.
Yeah, man. Bill Haney, ain't no sense in wasting your breath trying to explain anything more than that. You see he arguing with everybody that call in and say they agree with you. So he obviously Team Fortuna trying to take up for his Dominican brethren. Mm-hmm. So, hey, yep. J-Mac, J-Mac, you make another fucking threat towards me on this show, I'm going to come find your stupid ass.
Y'all terrible, man. Two dudes taking shots at each other over the internet, man. Border Wars is here for a reason, man.
Hey, Ness.
Yo.
How did he lose his position as number one?
Because he got a contract to fight Luke Campbell.
So why did he, what I'm saying is, so, okay, a contract is one thing, but how did you go from number one to number two if you wanted to fight?
Because you didn't want to fight Devin. You chose to fight Campbell.
Okay, so there it is. So then, y'all have a good day. Y'all have a good day. I'm gone on that note. He chose not to, and that's what I was telling y'all from the first beginning. But we've been trying to fight that man. We've been trying to fight him, and then he comes back later on. Wait a minute, he comes back later on. Right now, he comes back later on. Right while we're talking about Jorge Linares, and we know, and the public knows that, regardless of that, Devin is trying to get the right kind of opponent that will satisfy the public and satisfy demand for the Teofimo Lopez fight. So tomatoes. If the dude didn't want to fight because he chose something else, then if Eddie Hearn is choosing Jorge Linares because Bob Arum just said that that's the kind of fight that would then make the big fight, then we say, oh, well, why are we going to listen to Bob Arum? Well, then what the fuck are we doing then?
Bill,
what are we doing?
I gotta talk. Come on, Bill. You gotta listen. So you was already in negotiations with Linares. We did a breaking news show. Oh shit, Haney, Linares. You jump on. You like, yo, we fight.
You put Javier Fortuna on without telling me, and I told you, and I'm on there to come talk about Jorge Linares, and you put Javier Fortuna and him on there, and I said, okay, then I'll take the smoke and I'll go back and do it. We called on. You told me to come on. You told me to come on and promote Javier Jorge Linares because you said Jorge Linares was a good opponent. Keep it real.
Yes. All spontaneous.
Then you blindsided me. Then you blindsided me. Then you blindsided me. You blindsided me.
Bill.
You didn't even ask me. You didn't ask me about Javier Fortuna.
Bill, on mothers, I never thought you would take that as a blindside.
What I'm saying is, I accepted it. I came back for it, and listen.
I'm pretty sure you said get him on.
No. I came and gave you news that was going on, right? And you said if you said that you weren't happy with it, then I would have then went back and said to Eddie, man, listen, we're catching flack, man. The people ain't happy with that fight. I said, yeah, they started negotiating. You told me to come on here and talk about it. Right? I came on here to talk about it. In the middle of me coming to talk about it, then you bring on both
Fortuna,
of them.
not both.
Where the fuck did y'all come from?
Nah. Hell no. No, Bill. That ain't how it went down, and you know it. We was talking, and then we started asking, how the hell is Linares getting past being the mandatories? And you said, Javier don't want the fight. He's supposed to be fighting. So I said, no way. I'm calling him right now. You said, well, call him then. So I called him.
I said Javier didn't want the fight.
Exactly. Right? So I texted him.
Okay, all right. Well, let me ask you again then. How the fuck did he go from number 1 to number 2?
But Bill, I don't even care about that. The fact that you saying I sandbagged you when you know,
what I'm telling you
I told you live on the show, like, Bill, you sure he don't want the fight? Because I'm about to text him.
Listen, let me ask you this then. If he wanted to fight, why did he send a petition that day and not a week before that, right? If he wanted to fight.
Bill, I do not know that. I do not know, but I'm more concerned with the fact that you think I set you up when you asked me, when I told you, yo, you sure he said that?
You said,
I said to you, Bill, I asked you
to be great. You said,
Bill, I asked you, oh, you sure he said that? Because I'm going to text him, and you said text him. So I hit him up.
Wait a minute. I can't say. I said he doesn't want to fight, right?
And I said, you sure? Because I'm going to text him. That's what. As soon as you said that, that's what I said.
But let me tell you. Just like before, just like you said, he lost to number 1 and went to number 2 because he didn't want to fight Devin Haney, and he never petitioned to fight Devin Haney. He never did, right? So listen, when Jorge Linares came up, right? I asked you then. I came back. So why, when I talked to you off the record and I said Jorge Linares, why didn't you say, oh no, that's not a good fight? It should be Javier Fortuna.
Bill, I gave you a full explanation and you only choosing to publicize half my answer. I told you Linares is a good fight, but it's the same issue as Gamboa. If you don't win by now,
did you say that it was not a good fight and we should fight Javier Fortuna instead?
I'll tell you what I never said. I never said it's just a good fight. I always gave you a good fight with an explanation. I never just said it's a good fight. I always told you if you don't knock him out, they're gonna criticize Devin.
And we accept the challenge.
All right, but don't say I'm the same way I said Gamboa. I said, yo, Gamboa's old. If you don't stop him, especially after Tank, who's smaller, it's gonna be a problem. You got to give out the full answer.
Did I not come on to fight? Did I not come on to talk about Jorge Linares?
Yes. And then you started talking about Javier Fortuna not wanting to fight.
No, I did not bring up. So you saying that I just brought up Javier Fortuna?
No, I'm not saying you just brought up. I'm pretty sure I said, yo, how you making the Linares fight when you got Ryan as a mandatory and Fortuna? And you said Ryan trying to fight Pacquiao or Tank, and Gamboa don't want the fight. And I said, what? Excuse me, not Gamboa. Javier don't want. I'm like, what? He don't want the fight. I'm texting him right now. You know I got him on. You was like, text him. He don't want the fight. That's how it went down.
Okay. Now listen. Javier Fortuna never petitioned prior to that. Javier Fortuna never said nothing about that. The only time we heard about Javier Fortuna was after Jorge Linares.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So what I said was that I said, well, damn. I said, no, I don't have no problem with that. I don't have no problem telling the WBC guy, if you think that we won't fight him. Then I came back and I told you, I said, you said, well, what's going on with it? I said, bro, they like Jorge Linares, bro. They like Jorge, they negotiate. They like Jorge Linares.
Okay, but
right?
but how don't you understand Samson's stance, right? Samson comes on the show with you last week when you're already negotiating with Linares. And he then makes a bet with you. And you tell him, we're going to get you the fight. We're going to get you the money you want. Then he hears Eddie say, yo, we not fighting Javier. We fighting Linares. That is the argument today. Not Fortuna not wanting to fight 10 months ago. None of that. The argument today is Bill said he was going to get this fight done. He even made a bet. And now we not getting the fight. That's it.
And I told you then, I spoke to Eddie, and I've spoken to Mauricio. Eddie and Dazn have been negotiating with Javier, negotiating with Jorge Linares, and they like that fight better, and they want to pay for that fight. Do you have a problem with Devin Haney and Jorge Linares fighting?
Who, me?
Yes.
Of course not.
That's all that I said. I could not come back then and say, well, we have a problem with that. We do not want to fight Jorge Linares. We want to fight Javier Fortuna.
Well, but that's what Samson is telling you. Samson is saying.
But what I'm saying is, did Samson do that when we petitioned to fight him?
No.
And he opted to. No, he didn't.
But y'all also didn't have a bet, though.
This is why I said Samson. I said, Samson, come on, man. You're a promoter. You've been doing the business. You and Eddie. Come on, man. Don't come on here and do me like that, bro. Don't do me like that, though. You know what I'm saying? And don't do me like that, right? You're not picking nobody else to say and do nothing. That's why I said the man is full of shit, bro. I gotta go back to. I gotta do this tennis, man. I gotta do.
You got that, champ. Bro. You got that. I'm sorry to take so much time, brother. And
I appreciate.
Don't be thinking I'm saying go listen to that show. I know other people gonna go listen. I'm pretty sure. That's how it went down. Like you were saying, yo, he don't want the. I'm like, oh, I got him on speed dial. And then it was the same thing with Samson.
Listen, the reason why I can say that I know that he doesn't want to fight is because he's negotiating with other guys to get fights. Devin Haney, Jorge Linares, and Javier Fortuna. Soon as Jorge Linares caught COVID, Devin Haney said, "What's up, Javier Fortuna? Where you at?" Y'all look that up. We would have took him before Gamboa because we had a pick. We were trying to pick the opponent. And I talked to Ness, who has a great relationship with them. I said, Ness, only thing we got is Gamboa, right? I said, damn. He says, well, man, if we got to go with Gamboa, then let's go with Gamboa, right? If we had somebody else, where was Javier Fortuna on Nestor's mind then? When I was talking to him and I said that this is the only guy we got because we didn't have to pick him. We waited to the last minute to pick Gamboa to finalize it. We talked to Gary, we talked to everybody. When I talked to Ness then, right, and I said this is the only person we got, why didn't he suggest Javier Fortuna, his Dominican brethren then?
Because I wanted that Gary fight. That blinded me. I didn't want Gamboa.
Okay.
I didn't want
Francis,
Gamboa. I wanted that Gary
Francis,
fight.
Can I talk to Francis?
Yes,
he was
sir.
blinded. He was blinded, Francis.
Yeah.
He was blinded.
We all
But
want.
now
We
he can
still
see.
want that.
But
We
now he
still
can
want
see.
that Gary fight.
He was blinded, but now he can see.
I
You
was
see what I'm
blind.
saying?
I was
Hey,
blinded
listen,
by
and listen,
that
and let me tell
Gary
you,
build
let me
up,
tell you.
Bill. Yo, that Gary build.
Ness-
Listen to me, man.
Ness was
Listen.
blind. Listen,
You letting
Francis,
that's money
Ness
on the
was
floor,
blind.
man.
Let me hear Ness. Let me
That's
hear. Go
money
ahead,
on the
Bill.
floor. That Gary
Ness-
buildup was amazing. People was on board for that. We wanted that, and we still want that.
Listen, my good brother and Gary Russell and them. Listen, he's a qualified guy. Listen, we never said that he wasn't, right? We never said he wasn't. The negotiation with him went to a left, but we don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. We love Gary Russell. We like his fan. We like all that. Fight couldn't happen. But what I want to say is that during this time,
You seen him. He weighed 143, Bill. You seen him.
You was blind. You was blind. I know you trying to start some shit with my brothers, but we're not gonna go for that.
That's
we're
the
not
big
gonna
fight.
go for that. And I am not gonna say nothing about Mr. Gary Russell, and I'm not gonna say nothing about him. I'm telling you that, Ness. But one thing that I was gonna say is that you admit that you was blind, and Samson was in the middle of a heart attack, or he was in the hospital, or whatever. So let me tell you. I have always answered to you, brothers, and I will continue to answer to y'all. But I got to go to the tennis court right now.
Go, Bill.
You dig what
Go,
I'm saying?
man.
Listen,
Go, man.
And I wish you well with your sight problem, and I wish Samson well with his heart. You dig what I'm saying? And I'll rap to y'all later. Peace.
Yo,
Appreciate it, Bill.
Drop, man. Mic drop.
Yo. Yo, I wish they was all like Bill and Robert Garcia, though, man. For real, man. Yo, damn. Jordan Carter, what up?
How's my audio?
You all right?
Hey, I would much rather see Devin Haney fight Javier Fortuna. I feel like Jorge Linares is getting up there in age, man. He what, 35 now? 36, 35?
I don't know, but something like that.
And Gamboa was 38, 39. I feel like he's hella young. And Fortuna, he's what, 30? Something like that. So I would much rather see him fight somebody younger, because if he fight Linares, all people going to say is, oh, man, he fight old dudes that's washed up. You're not even knocking them out.
35.
You fight Fortuna, it's going to be, yeah, see, boom. You fight Fortuna, I mean, at least they kind of close to the same age.
Fortuna's 31.
Real competitive. 31? Okay, see, I thought he was 30, but he's still younger than them two. So I would much rather see him fight Fortuna. I feel like it'll be more competitive.
All right, champ. Brandon. Brandon.
Brandon is busy.
Uh-huh. All right. Yo, we out. Nest GTO, Instagram, and Twitter. Brandon, you there? You unmuted, but we don't hear you. All right. Instagram and Twitter. Catch us on the next one. Peace.
Yo.
Yo.
Oh.
Yo.
I mean, oh, Mr. PBC is there now? You coming in all late, bro. Dude, I got to go, man. I got to go. Where's his intro, bro?
Mr. PBC, baby.
BoxingWorks.com.
I'm the flyest. Canelo talking about he believe he can win. Go to my kitchen. Get the sharpest knife and cut the bullshit up. I don't care what you do good. I do every fucking thing great.
Mr. PBC, baby. Yo, what's... Oh, yeah. Okay, nigga. Yeah. What's good? Shout out to everybody.
What up?
Shout out to Bill Haney. Making them negotiations about Dazn sitting in the back. Making the final negotiations. I still would like to see Devin Haney and Linares. It'll be a good build-up for the Javier Fortuna if he beats him. Yeah, I think that's a beautiful fight. And hopefully something happens, man. Tired of seeing all these people talk about fights and ain't nobody
them
making
your wipers? Why your wipers that loud right now, man? Go change the fucking wiper. Hey, yo, for a minute, I thought he just kept opening and closing his door. Damn.
Hey, you funny, but hey, shout out to you, Ness, living in the sunny side. You finally get that tan.
Yeah, I did.
Maybe you'll look like Fortuna one of these days, but yeah, that's my call, man.
Yo, my man.
Yo, Majimbe with a super chat that says the
said-
Haneys only want to fight washed up fighters Gamboa, Linares, and Broner.
Edwin Solano says, Bill, when you did that to Russell, it was okay. Capping. Yo, that's true. I ain't tell him that, you know, because he seen Gary like, yo, let me get on. And first of all, somebody, I think it was Ruth, said that, like, oh, Ness, you did that to Russell. I didn't. Bill got on after Russell. Remember, Russell was gone.
Yeah.
He was gone. Interview was over. He dropped off. First of all, he dropped off like 4 times. Then the last time he dropped off the longest, and we moved on. And then he popped back on. Bill was on when he popped back on. But, you know, people gonna say it went down a different way. You know? But yeah, man, I think that's everybody now. Ness GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Catch
Yo,
us.
hit me up on Moore's
next
House,
one.
Twitter, and YouTube. Shout out to everybody out there in the TBV fam.
You already know what it is, man. It's Francis from Canada. Next up, Sports Talk, NEXUP Sports Talk. Catch me personally or The Weigh-In Boxing on IG or The Weigh-In on YouTube. Peace and love. Wash your hands, wear your face mask, and stay away from Corona so we can get back to fights. Peace.
Peace.